I think I want to tell you about my grandmother's china coffee set. Shall I just?
Yeah, I mean, so what is it about that particular belonging?
Well, when I was a little girl, my grandmother had a friend named Mrs. Ralston, and my playmate was her daughter, and we used to play tea party. And my grandmother and Mrs. Ralston went shopping one day, and Mrs. Ralston convinced my grandmother to buy this tea set, or she tried to. My grandmother didn't want to spend that amount of money, but Mrs. Ralston loved it so much, so my grandmother went back when she was alone and bought it for Mrs. Ralston, and when a few days later she received the same set that Mrs. Ralston had bought her. So there were these two beautiful coffee china sets with a.
So is it the memory that's associated with that whole, like, getting into people and?
Well, I think so. I think the fact that it was something it was her heart's desire. She didn't think she could afford it, but she bought it for her friend, and her friend bought it for her. And whenever I visited my friend, who's adult now, she has her mother's coffee service, and I have my grandmother's coffee service, and I have it in my home, and I bring it out on special occasions for special people, and I use it. My grandmother never used hers, which is why I inherited all 6 cups, saucers, sugar bowl, creamer, coffee pot, because she never used it. And I didn't realize that it was worth anything until a few months ago, and one of my friends turned over a cup and told me it was a special kind of china.